for Lorenzo Bundy. And then it's Yadier Drake, Joey Meneses, who's starting to get his back going finally. And it's Mendoza, Verdugo, Florial, who also found his stroke late in the game. And Ali Solis, who's been hitting well throughout the Serie del Caribe. Defensively speaking, this is what Dominicana is going to be defending with. The piel Dominicana, fine Dominican leather.
Yeah, let's look at the defense for the Dominican Republic. You have Cordero in left, Lake, outstanding center fielder, Brito, Hernandez, Gonzalez, Nunez, Adames around the infield. And then you have the law offices of the De La Cruz. You have Oscar on the mound and Michael behind the plate.
So for Oscar De La Cruz, as we mentioned moments ago, capable of being dominant, about 6'6", tall pitcher, lanky guy, fires in that ball. What are you expecting him to see here working as far as Sepulveda? You have a guy that hits close to 400 with Córdoba and Amador, already red hot. Ruben Ramos, Roberto Núñez, Kelvis Vélez, Danny Rubio, and in the replay booth, Michael Salazar. Those are your game officials. Stay with me. Bombazo.
Bombazo.
That's it. That's what that was. 0-2 now.
Adios.
Good pitch. Lifting it. Keeping it in the infield. Runner will stay in Ali Solis. And now there's 2 down. So De La Cruz has found his way out. He's already pulled a couple rabbits out of the hat. You mentioned with the bases juiced and not allowing one single run in a couple of key situations, and also firing up for a double play. Alongside Jeff Nelson, I'm Adrian Garcia Marquez, live from Zapopan, Jalisco, semifinal Serie del Caribe 2026.
He did a nice job in that second inning. Houdini with bases loaded, got a key double play, and then right now 2 good breaking balls. Got Cordoba on a strikeout on a breaking ball, and then he threw him 2 in a row. So maybe he's starting to feel that command of the curveball.
And Amador tried to jump on it. Immediately now, we're looking at pitch 43 here in the top of the third for De La Cruz. They made him work early. Amador takes. Don Lorenzo Bundy. Plenty of experience as a coach. Multiple benches across Major League Baseball in his career. He also has the same distinction as you, has some sangre azul as a former bench coach with the Dodgers. 1-2. Amador has been loving this Serie del Caribe, hitting .529, looking to come up clutch again here with 2 down, runner on second, and a 1-2 count. De La Cruz offers. Amador goes the opposite way, but it's just an F7. So again, De La Cruz limits the damage, and it's still 1-0 República Dominicana.
Taught us anything, it's not to root against the underdog.
The British are coming!
It pays to know what's coming.
Check the group chat!
Every great leap began with a bold first step, and there's no shortage of second chances. Against impossible odds, you don't stand out. You swing first. Kalshi, trade on anything.
Every Sunday night, he can't sleep. But not this Sunday.
When you really need to sleep, ZzzQuil has no equal. Get the deeply restorative sleep you need. ZzzQuil Pure Z's. Just for sleep, really great sleep.
Welcome back to the 2026 Caribbean Series presented by DirecTV. Alongside Jeff Nelson, I'm Adrian Garcia Marquez. Thank you for joining us. And after tonight, we're going to know who's in the final tomorrow, Jeff. And for Tomateros and the fans here in Mexico, they would love nothing more than to face the new arch nemesis that is Charros de Jalisco. But Dominican Republic has been the strongest side since the beginning of the tournament. And obviously, Puerto Rico, Cangrejeros de Santurce, also have something to say about it.
I'm sure these fans will love nothing more for them to punch some runs across. They've had opportunities, Mexico Verde has, in the first couple innings, and they've left the bases loaded, nobody out, and then a man on second with one out, and has not been able to punch one through. Oscar De La Cruz has been outstanding, starting to feel his breaking ball a little bit. That could be a little bit dangerous for Mexico Verde if they cannot get those runners in.
David Reyes presents the 1-1 pitch to Gustavo Nunez. And now it's 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. And Reyes, and in particular Lorenzo Bundy, the manager, wants to see just Reyes continue to work quick, continue to get strikes, and maybe avoid getting to that bullpen that has had its struggles for Tomateros.
Yeah, we would like them to work quick as well, but he's doing that. He's filling up the strike zone. He's got to get the ball down a little bit. When he's gotten hurt, it's been an elevated fastball. The base hit that he gave up to Hernandez in that second inning, the RBI with 2 outs, was a changeup up. So you wanted to get the ball down when you get ahead, make them beat it in the ground. You're not going to have a lot of strikeouts, so you got to utilize that defense, but you got to get the ball down. There's that changeup down. That's where you want it.
A man that's thrown over 2,200 innings since debuting in Mexican League Baseball, winning 162. David Reyes, losing the runner or the hitter here, turning him into a runner. Nunez, and Dominicana has a man aboard, and coming to the plate now is Gonzalez.
Well, this is where you might want to see the DR take advantage of the speed of Nunez on first, try to make something happen, put a little pressure on Reyes.
You mentioned Nunez. According to scouts, he does a really good job of reading that pitcher and getting a good jump. Let's see if he tries it here as Reyes offers. And Ali Solis behind the plate, well aware of Nunez at first base as Gonzalez takes. Eddie Gonzalez, 352 career games in 7 MLB seasons between Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and the Marlins. The pitch. Nope. 2-0. He last appeared in pro ball for Louisville, AAA for the Reds, and that was back in 2024. Here he is trying to come up clutch for Leones del Escogido, proudly representing República Dominicana and looking for back-to-back championships in Serie del Caribe. A 2-0 pitch. He was moving.
He was. It wasn't a great pitch to run on. This is when you're 2-0, you just work the walk, a leadoff walk, and Reyes gets behind 2-0. You don't want to help out Reyes and all of a sudden get a caught stealing. That was, you're risking a throw out there. Let the pitcher continue to stay in trouble.
And Nunez has already taken 2 bags in this Serie del Caribe 2026. So he definitely is a threat, has not been caught yet. Ali Solis wants to erase him from the map. The pitch. This looks like 2. Out at second. Out at first. And they do find the pitcher's best friend. The double play. You got to get in on these barks, huh?
I'm waiting. I'm going to do it. That's double play. We're in.
All right.
Well, you ran 2-0, but you didn't run 2-1. You know, the 2-0 pitch is the pitch that you don't run on because you don't want to try to help anyone out. But the 2-1 pitch, if you're going to run 2-0, run 2-1. Yeah, he decided, Nunez, not to go on this pitch, and this is an easy double play.
And now Socrates Brito coming to the plate. The man from Asua, República Dominicana. 2-0 quickly. He's done well with the bat. 385 in the Serie del Caribe. Already has a base knock to start things off. 3-0. And the dangerous Junior Lake on deck. And they know Socrates Brito well in Mexico, plays for Águila del Veracruz. He played in 2025 in the Mexican League. Here he draws the walk. So the 33-year-old on base with 2 down, and Junior Lake coming to the plate.
Yeah, and Lake's just going to make you pay. He's been one of the hottest hitters in this series, in this Caribbean series, and you continue to walk Brito. You're playing with fire. Leadoff walks, 2 out walks. That'll be $100. That's what we used to get fined for. $100 for leadoff walks, 2 out walks, and if they score, that's double.
What's the biggest fine you ever had to pay?
Probably 100. Maybe a few hundred if I'm walking, walking with 2 outs, and I got to try to keep them from scoring.
The runner goes. Solis can't hold on to the pearl, slips out of his hand. So Ramon Santiago putting the runner into motion here in Gonzalez. Check out the remix, Jeff Nelson.
Yeah, Brito is not known to steal some bases. The 3-hole hitter, but he gets a breaking ball, good pitch to go on, and Reyes just didn't pay any attention to him. We used to get fined for missing the anthem when I was with the Yankees. Yeah, Joe Torre found, it was a $100 fine. And it was only one time a year, so you wanted to get it out of the way, or you just laid $100 on his desk and say, okay, as a reliever, I'll probably be missing a lot of anthems here. Yeah.
Well, Lake hasn't been missing a lot of pitches here in this Serie del Caribe, batting .438 as he steps to the plate with the 1-1 count. Lake tries to take it the other way, foul, 1-2.
Is that the fan that missed it the first time with the glove?
I think so.
If you got a glove and you're bringing it to the park and you miss a fly ball, you should be evicted.
Yes, agree.
You should go to the corner and watch it on TV. Tune in the MLB network in Guadalajara. Check it out.
Yeah. Reyes offers to Junior Lake the 1-2 pitch, 2 down, runner on second. Lake takes it the other way. It's a grounder, well played by Sepulveda. No, I talked and spoke too soon. Now the throw, the play at the plate, safe. Great base running from República Dominicana, aggressive base running paying off, and a sportscaster cursed him. I swore Sepulveda had made that play, but no. See the replay.
Well, this happened last night. The middle infield for Mexico Verde could not field the ball cleanly. Outstanding base running by Brito. He's going the whole way. You might as well run hard because you're going to take a hard turn around third. And he was in there. Great slide. That's an easy ground ball to get yourself out of an inning, and that's a huge error. Big 2-out error, big 2-out run again for the Dominican Republic.
And for Sepulveda, that's the second error of the Serie del Caribe 2026, and it's a costly one, 2-0 República Dominicana. Again, you only have dirt around the bases. The rest is sort of like that rubbery substance, artificial turf here at Estadio Panamericano in Zapopan, Jalisco. And for Reyes, has to be frustrating. He made his pitch, and now Adames swinging and missing. 0-1.
Well, for the most part, you're going to get a lot of true hops. Unless it's hit really hard, it may skip off that turf. We've seen a couple of them skip off that turf and go over the head of some infielders, but usually it's right to you. You're just maybe taking your eye off the ball and letting the ball play you as an infielder instead of you being aggressive and playing the ball and getting the out.
Socrates Brito registers the run. Junior Lake at second base. 0-2 count, 2 down here for Adames. Nice calm afternoon for baseball, but you can trust us, and you know this well, Jeff. Inside of the heart and the soul of these players, nothing calm. This is a battle to get into the final. So every pitch under the microscope. 0-2. Reyes trying to get himself out of this. Fires. And Adame staying alive at 0-2.
You know, there's a lot of things that changed in the game, and one of them that it's, to me, surprising is the way they're teaching how to field now. And you see a lot of infielders, if you notice, just like with Sepulveda there, they field it to the side. You know, you don't really see guys square up to the baseball and field it in front of them. A lot of them are fielding the ball to their side, whether it's to the right side, the glove side, like he just did there. When that happens, you have a big room for error when that happens, when you're not getting in front of the ball.
You know, one thing that's been driving me nuts on the, just personally seeing the one knee catcher stuff.
Right.
But as the great Rod Allen told me, about 99% now of the catchers across baseball practice the one knee.
Well, it's all about framing, and it's all about stealing strikes. So they feel that, okay, the one knee, they feel, okay, we can get down far enough and try to steal strikes and bring that low pitch up. If you notice the catching, and you also notice around baseball, there's a lot more catcher's interference.
The runner goes, the pitch. Oh, he just juked him, Junior Lake. And it was a very healthy secondary lead, 2-2 count.
So you see catchers further up in the box. They're a lot closer to the hitter. A lot of that stealing strikes. They're trying to deceive the umpire. When they're catching on one leg, it's the same thing. They want to bring that. And if you ever notice, watch catchers. They give the target, and that target goes down to the ground, and then they lift back up, just like that right there.
Siéntate. Reyes says, "I'll do it myself." Like the great Pedro Serrano was once quoted. Great pitch. We'll be back. 2-0 Dominicana. Aggressive base running, paying off.
Whatever the dream, it's in reach. At IKEA, dream the possibilities.
Mexico versus República Dominicana, Serie del Caribe 2026 semifinal. Tomateros de Culiacán, Leones del Escogido, the reigning champions, looking to go back-to-back. And here we are, 2-0 República Dominicana. DR aggressive on the base paths, and it's been paying off. And De La Cruz also has paid off, finding his strike zone and again pulling the magic trick with the bases loaded and finding his way out and not allowing a single run.
Yeah, the Mexico Verde, they've left 3 on, and they're 0 for 3, 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, Drake chops it to third. Hernandez will handle it from there, and it's 1 down here in the top of the 4th.
And for a pitcher, Oscar De La Cruz, when you're doing the Houdini act and you're able to get out of it, all of a sudden you start feeling a little bit more confident out on that mound. Everything starts to take shape. The breaking ball is looking a little bit better. The control of the fastball is looking better as well. You start throwing that breaking ball over for strikes, and you can do a number of things with it. It's going to be a tough day for the Mexico Verde.
Meneses coming to the plate, and De La Cruz tries to sear that corner, doesn't get it, and it's 1-0. I have a question for you. I mean, we both said it with references to Houdini. Do you think this newer, younger generation has an idea, or should we have to do we have to upgrade it and mention a Chris Angel or somebody like that now?
Oh, probably, because this new generation don't even know anything about past players.
The 1-1. Meneses tries to disappear it with one swing, fouling it back 1-2. Meneses puts the wood on it, left field, fly ball. Cordero will handle it, and Cordero's been handling the bat quite well. 3 bombs now in 2026, tying up a record there in the last 20 seasons in a single Caribbean series, leading the way, tied with Ivan Herrera, Anthony Garcia, David Vidal, Adrian Gonzalez, amongst the others, that have bounced it 3 or more times. In this case, 3 times the record in Serie del Caribe in one tournament. The pitch to Mendoza. And it's 1-1 here. 2 down. And here, this place in what is Charros de Jalisco. As we mentioned, so many legendary names, players that have participated in Series del Caribe across the 80 total years, but 68 and counting in this current format, as there's a foul ball still staying alive. Mendoza versus De La Cruz, but Fernando Valenzuela, a legend here for Charros de Jalisco, number retired here in the building. And Fernando Valenzuela, you know, and maybe we'll wait till the next inning there, Jeff, to talk about it, but Fernando was a heck of a hitter as well. The pitch. Mendoza, heck of a hitter. Showing it again as he gets his second base knock in as many at-bats, so he's aboard with 2 down.
Nice piece of hitting. It was a breaking ball from De La Cruz, and he just kept his hands back, and the breaking ball, it rolls up there. These last two have been rolling up to the plate. You can see it just rolls up, really doesn't have that bite down and in, and it gives the hitter a little bit better chance to stay on it and stay back, and that's what Mendoza did. Kept the hands back, just shot it into right field for a 2-out base hit.
That brings up Verdugo, who hit into that double play with the bases loaded. His last at bat, tries to unload it here, fouling it back. Were you I know you were a reliever, you didn't get a chance to hit, but when you did have the opportunity to hit younger, or earlier in your career, were you pretty good with the bat?
So-so, probably one of the reasons why I became a pitcher. I like taking batting practice when we had the chance in the American League. I had 3 ABs. You always wanted in the major leagues to at least swing away, and I had 3 at bats. All 3 I had to bunt. I got them all down, and I think I maybe got 1 sacrifice out of it, 2 sacrifices.
All right. So safe to say,
I think Bernie Williams kind of messed me up one time, but he didn't get a great jump off of first and caused me a fielder's choice. It should have been a sacrifice, so should have had another one thanks to Bernie, the great Bernie Williams.
Yes, Gran Bernabé.
We talked about the Hall of Fame yesterday a lot, and I think he's a guy that how is he not a Hall of Famer?
Just like we've discussed it, and I mentioned why I'm asking about you as a hitter, as a pitcher, Fernando Valenzuela. I know there's numbers and they're going to apply, but he definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame. But that train has passed. But to all of us, he's always going to be a Hall of Famer, just like Bernie Williams. He should earn his spot in Cooperstown as well. A heck of a center fielder, great captain, just epitomize what is to be a Yankee. The 2-2 timeout there for Verdugo. And Fernando Valenzuela, speaking of Yankees, I looked it up one time. It was a curious stat that he had per at-bats almost as many extra base knocks as Babe Ruth per every 8-9 at-bats. Fernando Valenzuela. That's why Bochy would call on him to be a pinch hitter from time to time with the Padres. The pitch, fouling it back, staying alive, Verdugo. Fernando can rake, and Fernando is a legend here in Jalisco, as well as everywhere else in Mexico, but he played for Charros.
He was a legend in the United States as well.
And I shared it with Rod. He said the only guy that gave him trouble, to be honest, he said, was Chris Spires. Said I could throw him an aspirin and he'll drive it to center. The 2-2 pitch. Verdugo fouling it back, staying in there with 2 down and a runner at first. And I'm sure you probably had a guy that the least that you'd expect to just have crazy success against you.
It's the little guys. I was a guy that liked to strike out everyone. I didn't want anybody to make contact, and it was a little guy like an Omar Vizquel or a David Eckstein. Those guys were the pain in the butt.
And Verdugo is being a pain here for De La Cruz, working the count to 3-2. And you were good for a K per inning, basically, right? You were almost like 2 Ks. I saw your numbers.
Yeah, I was one of those guys, and I know I would drive managers crazy, but I didn't care if I got to 3-2. I could throw 20, 25 pitches an inning as long as I could get some strikeouts. It's like the more that the hitter put it in play, the better a chance they got to get on base, and I didn't want that to happen.
And what De La Cruz did not want to happen is Verdugo get on board after being on top of him in the count, but Verdugo earned this walk. So he gets the passport with 2 down, and the Matracas going crazy here at Estadio Panamericano.
Got to be an inning that Mexico Verde comes through with men in scoring position. You have 2 outs this time, but in second and the third, you had less than 2 and weren't able to push any across. There's Ramon Santiago. This might be it. Or
he's already at, what, 64 pitches. So it is a pitching change. Ramon Santiago calls for the tow truck. Runner on second, 2 down. 2-0 lead for República Dominicana. We'll be back, Serie del Caribe in 2026 on MLB Network. Hernandez takes the bump for República Dominicana. Here are his numbers. It don't look too good there, Jeff. A couple touchdowns already after 2 games.
Yeah, 3rd game, and from the left side, it's all about, again, keeping the ball down in the zone, getting ahead. He's going to be asked to try to get out of this jam. De La Cruz, his first outing, went 4 2/3. This time only 3 2/3. Gave up 4 hits. He has 2 runners on. A lot of high leverage stress for De La Cruz, getting out of that bases loaded situation again with a runner in scoring position in the 3rd, and then 2 quick outs. Gave up a base hit and a 2-out walk.
So now Ramon Santiago, the manager, the pilot for Leones del Escogido, says, all right, bullpen, handle this for us and conserve the 2-0 lead. But after last night for Tomateros, they gained a lot of confidence in a game that, you know, on paper might not have mattered because both teams were already scheduled to face each other in the semifinal. But Tomateros used that opportunity last night to wake up some bats, and Esteban Florial was one of those players. Hernandez to Florial with 2 down and a runner. Live and ready, 2 of them on board, and Florial can bring them all home with 1 swing.
And that's what Hernandez has been brought into this situation, is steady diet of off speed. You get ahead with your breaking ball, you expand the zone. And that is Florial's kryptonite, that breaking ball.
Swings and misses. 21.
And that's all he's going to see. If he sees a fastball, it's a show me, probably upstairs. And he knows it, and it's easy for here to say, hey, stay in on the ball and try to drive it to right field. But when that ball's coming right at your shoulder and breaking away, it's got to be tough for a hitter.
Played in Korea in 2025. Esteban Florial, the pitch. Jumps on it, drives it to left. A little bit of power, keeps going, keeps flying. It's gone. Adios. Oppo power from Esteban Florial. His 2nd home run of the Serie del Caribe. So now he and Franchi Cordero are the only players with multiple bombazos in the Serie del Caribe 2026. And it's a big time swing. Yes, put on the sombrero, give him a shot, because he just shot it into left field. 3-2 ball game. Check on the remix.
How good does this feel right here? You knew you were getting a breaking ball, and it was out over the plate. You saw where the catcher De La Cruz was setting up. He wants it away. And we were just talking about, hey, it's got to be tough for a hitter to stay in on that breaking ball, keep that front shoulder closed, and that's exactly what Florial did. Tons of power, got up in the air and crushed it.
So Solis retired to end it, but with 2 down, Ramon Santiago goes to the pen, and Dominicana pays for it. Vacation from his pearl to left field, courtesy of de Jalisco, the Mexican champion. Franchi Cordero, 3 bombs, looking for number 4, drives it to left center, but this one's going to stay in the park for out number 1 in the bottom of the 4th. 3-2 ball game, thanks to a home run by Esteban Florial.
Maybe a little bit of extra energy for David Reyes out on the mound, trying to throw up a 0 here.
And they were dancing. They were enjoying it for a minute, but now the Dominican fans are relaxing, getting a little bit nervous as Leones del Escogido looking to go back-to-back titles in the Serie del Caribe. They were cruising with the 2-0 lead. And then all of a sudden, with 1 swing from Esteban Florial, things changed. And now it's a 3-2 ballgame. As you mentioned, now David Reyes has a little bit of room to work with, but not that much breathing room, because these are dangerous hitters. Rodriguez at the plate. Fouling it back, and he's working the count to 1-1.
Well, the Bats woke up last night against the Dominican Republic, and they've just carried it. They missed some opportunities early, but they were able to capitalize with 2 outs in that 4th inning, top of the 4th.
Verdugo handles this nicely over to first. And there's quickly 2 down, and that's what you want, right? You're Lorenzo Bundy, the rest of the team work quick after taking the lead.
Yeah, you want to throw up a 0 if you can, if you're a pitcher. That bottom half or that top half for the Dominican Republic, what was a nightmare, and you want to try to get your guys back into the dugout as quickly as possible and get that pitcher back on the mound, get the DR back into the field.
Reyes loads the chamber, fires, misses. And this is Marco Hernandez. Played 3 seasons in Major League Baseball for the Red Sox back in 2016, 17, and then 2019. And he went on to dominate in the Mexican League 2025. He hit .429 in 41 games for Olmecas de Tabasco. And that's the version they want to see here for Dominican Republic, the man from Santiago. Reyes presents, and he dominates this hitter as well. Fly to left. Florial has a beat on it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 inning after taking the lead for Reyes. Dominicana. Mexico. Tomateros de Culiacán taking the lead on a bombazo courtesy of Esteban Florial. After Dominicana jumped out to a 2-0 lead early, and Oscar de la Cruz was cruising. And now it's Kenny Hernandez still on the hill, and Jeff Nelson frustrating for Mexico, now going back to that situation against de la Cruz when they had the bases loaded. Their lead could be a lot more than what they're enjoying right now. Minimal difference, big game. And we know Dominicana is just going to try to hold it down, lock it down. They have the offense and come right back.
Yeah, and Reyes has done a nice job. You absolutely love that. He threw up a 0. Nice 1, 2, 3 inning in that bottom half of the 4th. Hopefully he can give you another one and try to hand it over to the bullpen. You might see Chavez, the closer. He might give you more than just 3 outs today to try to get into that championship game.
The 1-2 pitch from Hernandez to Sepúlveda, the batting champ for Diablos Rojos del Mexico, fouling it back, staying at 1-2.
Yeah, it's frustrating for Ramon Santiago as well. You bring in Hernandez to face Florial to try to get that last out, and he gives up a 3-run bomb to Florial, and that's a tough pitch.
Playing off of that pitch, 2-2 now for Sepúlveda. Carlos Sepúlveda. Hot shot to first, well played by Adames, and that'll give us our first out of the 5th. And that'll bring Alan Córdoba to the plate for Tomateros de Culiacán. Both managers looking cool, calm, and collected, but
think they're nervous?
They're nervous. I don't know. Lorenzo never looks nervous, though.
Maybe inside he shows it well. He shows the calmness well.
And Córdoba calm, but a little bit late on that pitch, so it's 0-1. Appeal. Nada. 1-1. What do you think?
Wow.
That looked like he might have gone.
They say, hey, if he made contact, that'd have been a homer.
And Hernandez is a little up in the zone, 2-1. Nice, calm afternoon here in Zapopan, Jalisco. City of Guadalajara, the pitch. And Córdoba fouling it, staying there now at 2-2. J.K. Dobbins, Great running back there for the Denver Broncos, former Charger. Told me this is his favorite place to visit. He feels like he's part Dominican, part Mexican. And the Mexican part says it's because of the tortas ahogadas that they serve right here in Guadalajara, Jalisco. Have you ever tried one?
I have not.
Okay.
No.
So it's just a torta, just swimming in hot sauce. And the levels of hot sauce, you know, that depends on you, but most times, 9 out of 10, they're going to be pretty spicy. But
Do you have your lips still after you eat them?
You don't, but
Okay.
you recover after a couple of hours with a good tequilita. The pitch. Fouling it back. Shout out to JK. Telling you he loves, just like many people, they love coming out to Guadalajara. And this year-round, basically for baseball, and that's why tonight you'll see it, especially in tonight's game as Puerto Rico Cangrejeros de Santurce battle the home team, Charros de Jalisco. The pitch. Cordoba fouling it, staying there at 2-2 still, top of the 5th. The man from Changuinola, Panama, 30 years of age. 100 games with the Padres. Spent time there with the Friars and the Reds until he left minor league baseball in 2022. Working his way back to his home country of Panama. Playing in a couple of Caribbean series, batting over 300, and now here he is with Tomateros. 3-2 count. 3-2 ball game, top of the 5th, one down. The pitch from Hernandez. Cordoba lifting it. First base side, 2 down. So that's a good pitch by Kenny Hernandez.
You got to love spicy food, right?
I love it.
I like it as long as my insides stay intact.
You'll be all right.
Anything hotter than
What I don't recommend is just having like straight jalapeno on an empty stomach. That will definitely come back to get you. You got a little something going on, a couple soft drinks, you know, and having yourself a nice little torta ahogada, you'll enjoy it. And that's what we thought at first here when the bases were loaded for Tomateros, that they were going to drown Dominicana in runs, but they were able to sneak out of there and turning 2 on Verdugo. And that escape by De La Cruz right now paying off. Minimal difference, 3-2 ball game. As it took a 3-run home run by Esteban Florial to bring Tomateros back to life and give them that lead. 1-0. Amador takes 2-0 now. Mascots of all kinds. It's kind of like Times Square here. The pitch. Lifting it, foul territory, looking. And just a courtesy look by Cordero. You know, one of the funniest things I've ever seen in Times Square is those mascots that are out there. And I don't know if you follow, but Barney and the character from Barney and the one they call Bebop, which is like the Triceratops.
Yeah.
Just saw her kind of roll out with the wad of cash, and she was just counting her ones. And I was like, where am I?
You got Elmo down there.
Yeah, yeah. I actually have a picture where it's myself and a Super Mario, and we're kind of like about to tango like Canelo Alvarez going at it, man.
Did you have to pay him?
No. It was just one of those moments, like, I don't know why we squared up, and one of my friends took the picture, and it looks like we're about to box. I'll show it to you later. It's one of my favorite pictures now ever from Times Square, just with those characters. You have them all over the place. You have them in Hollywood there, in L.A. as well. Just, you run into Michael Jackson out of nowhere, man. You're trying to go to the theater.
Yeah, and you definitely try to avoid every single one of them.
Yes.
Well, they had the naked cowboy down there for a while. I think he's done. But I think the naked cowgirl.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters running around trying to, especially this day and age with everybody with their phones and taking selfies, and
there's some without
they're charging you $15 for that selfie.
There's
Yeah,
characters
you don't want to deal with the ones without costumes.
Yeah, no.
And right here, Amador
right
came out of
under.
his costume trying to hit it out.
And that got underneath that mask.
And Ruben Ramos says he's okay. 2-2. 2 down. Quacks on the board. The Ducks in a row, and Amador right back all the way to the end.
Yeah, the starters have definitely set the tone, and Danny Reyes has really settled in. I thought maybe De La Cruz would have settled in. He did, but wasn't able to get that last out in the 4th inning, and then the big 3-run homer by Florial. Dominican, a lot of baseball left here. It's going to come down to the bullpens once Reyes gets out of that game.
So De La Cruz quickly down 0-2. As you mentioned, Reyes working quick, being efficient. That's why Lorenzo Bundy gave him the pearl, said, Papi, give me this game. Give me another nice performance like you had with Puerto Rico. I know your bullpen let you down, but I need to see you do it again. And he's done just that. Gave up those 2 early runs, and then he's been very tough on Dominicana ever since.
Yeah, 67 pitches, and out of those 2 runs, only 1 was earned. They had that error in the 3rd inning and scored that run off of it, and otherwise it'd have been clean.
And it was this guy that kind of booted it there and said, Sepulveda. But this time he sweeps it up nice for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
There's a good example of getting in front of the baseball if you're a middle infielder. As a second baseman, when you field the ball, you're still squared up. You don't have to make a lot of turns. No really sense to field it to one side or the other. If it's hit right at you, then you have to all of a sudden start turning even more when you start fielding it to the side. He's a good fielder. You're going to get some true hops most of the time on the turf.
Nunez stepping in there. And Nunez so far worked a walk and an offer, and here swings and misses 1-1. Gustavo Nunez wanted all of that one, misses 0-2 now. Nunez came in hitting .250 after 4 games, 14 appearances at the plate, 3 base knocks. The pitch. So you gotta love Reyes just saying, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, the body language has been outstanding, especially you look at these last 2 innings. That pitch right there, he's starting to feel it. 2 good fastballs, even though they were at 87. They were by Nunez. He comes back with a curveball. If you're a defender behind him, you have to absolutely love his pace. He gets the ball, he's right back on the rubber.
You said it. You have a fastball that's not a blazing one. It's all about, it's like real estate. Location, location, location. And this location fires inside low, 2-2.
Yeah, that was a slider. Wasn't a fastball. He just overshot that one, spiked it, wanted that away. Sometimes you wind up hanging on to that pitch a little too long.
Oh, what'd you think?
He wanted it. You know, it was away. It was a good pitch.
See it again. That's why Reyes was jumping. Thought he had him. And now he completely missed. Nunez draws the walk and the tying run with 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th in circulation.
You'd love to try to make him hit his way on. I know he's a little frustrated on that last pitch or the pitch before on the outside fastball that he didn't get called for a strike. Let's see if Nunez goes here. He only tempted once in that 3rd inning and then wound up getting doubled up.
And plenty of activity in the pen now for Lorenzo Bundy.
Yeah, Flores looks like Anthony Gose on the the lefty.
Alongside Jeff Nelson, I'm Adrian Garcia Marquez. Pleasure to be with you here in the Serie del Caribe 2026 from Jalisco, presented by DirecTV on MLB Network.
Gose probably getting ready for Brito, the lefty. You have the pitching coach coming out, giving these guys a little bit of time. Reliever come in, same as the major leagues. Got to face 3 hitters before you can be removed. I don't like that rule either. I think they should scrap that. The three batter minimum rule.
Yeah, so you see
you
a
got
lot
the pitch clock and all that. It's already speeding up.
Yeah. I agree with you. Like, a lot of good changes, but then there are some things that are like, all right, let's simmer down now, as they would say. Here's the pitch. One down, runner on first, and Reyes attacking the zone against Gonzalez and bites the strike. Gonzalez, oh, he just wanted to tuck it in there. This reminds me of that obviously when we see these and the body language, the Carlton Fisk home run. And when I had the privilege of doing the Red Sox in Espanol back in 2001, and I got to hear some of the legends. And one of those is that we have that tape with Carlton Fisk and the whole body language and stay in, stay fair, because of a Fenway rat biting at the hot dog and the foot of the cameraman at the time. And that's why we got that camera angle.
Really?
Director picks up on it, and the rest is history. So thank you, Fenway Rat, for that moment.
Thank you, Fenway Rat.
Goes in the man at first. Is to keep him honest. 0-2, one down. Looking for a double play.
Gonzalez was quick with that fastball in. That was in on his hands, and he almost hit that ball out. Nice job keeping Nunez honest over there.
Taking a little look.
Well, that's going to be the second disengagement by Reyes. There you see, he was getting ready to go, slipped, and nice job telling him to step off. Now, if he goes over, he's got to pick him off. So let's see if Nunez goes on this pitch.
The 0-2. So Eric Gonzalez staying alive, a man that's had his time with the Pirates, the Marlins, and of course now the Guardians.
If you're Nunez, you got to be running.
Two for 8 in this Caribbean series with the double to RBI. Coming into this game, the 0-2 pitch, chopper. Sepulveda goes the short route to Verdugo, and that's all they're going to get. 2 down.
Again, Nunez not running. I'm shocked. You know, he attempted there in that third inning, got doubled up, and then he attempted once and had to go back. With 2 disengagements, you have to try to get the runners go. You got to put pressure on the defense. Not hit hard enough to turn 2, but you've got to run. You got to make something happen on the base pass if you're Dominican Republic.
And that's going to bring up Socrates Brito. Had a conversation on the mound with Reyes. And a pitching change imminent. It's Lorenzo Bundy telling him, thank you, mijo. Strong performance. Gave me exactly what I needed. Let's try to land the plane for you. The applause here. This down 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. So let's take a look at David Reyes and the work he did.
Yeah, really nice job. There's that double play to get him out of that third inning, and really settled in. Only gave up right now the 1 earned out of the 2 runs that the Dominican Republic has scored. Not an overpowering fastball, but really settled in, especially when Mexico Verde got that lead 3-2 for him. Now Anthony goes on the mound trying to do something that Hernandez for the Dominican Republic was not able to do, is get out the lefty. Goes still with a good fastball, good breaking ball. He'll hit the mid-90s with that 4-seamer.
Fires in to Socrates Brito. Man who's played for the Diamondbacks and the Blue Jays across 4 MLB seasons. Celebrating his 2nd Serie del Caribe. The pitch. A little bit up in the zone there for the man from Bellflower.
Anything bell tie middle in, you're letting go. You're not taking here. You have the green light 2-0, obviously, but you got to let it go.
And he does let it go, and so does Socrates. His philosophy is go oppo in that situation, and he does just that. Goodwood. And a couple of runners on now for República Dominicana. The tying run in scoring position. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see it again.
Well, luckily this fastball wasn't middle in, or he might have crushed this one over the right field wall. Nice job. Ball was down. Shoots it to right field. Been on base all 3 times.
And that's going to bring up Junior Lake. Dangerous Lake. He's been a lake on fire here in the Serie del Caribe, and looking to reactivate, because tonight, this afternoon, I should say, he's been pretty quiet, courtesy of Reyes. Stepping up to the plate, 0 for 2.
And this is where I don't like the 3-batter minimum, because now you're dictating because of that rule. I understand the rule in the beginning because it was all about the pace of play. But now that you have the pitch clock and everything else in Major League Baseball to speed up the pace of play, you're dictating how the manager is going to manage the game. And right now it's a situation that, okay, Ghost couldn't get out the lefty. I'm firing in the righty. I know, hey, this is all about winning the game. You probably would have brought a righty. There you see Flores. Hey, wait a minute. You got to face 2 more guys. He's back. throw the ball a little bit. But you're dictating how the manager's game using their bullpen when you're probably putting in a righty in this situation.
So stepping in, the man from San Pedro de Macorís, and he's trying to send it to San Pedro de Macorís with 1 swing. 0-1, and that was a 97-mile-per-hour pitch from Ghost.
With Ghost, the one thing you want to avoid is any kind of breaking ball breaking in on Lake. You want to either backdoor it, bounce it, fastballs up.
Misses. 98 inside on Lake. 1-1.
Well, they went in just a little bit too far.
Three to 2 ball game. Tomateros leading. Ghost trying to conserve it. Tries to bite the outside. Lake's not buying. 2-1 for the former top 30 prospect for the Chicago Cubs back in 2011. And the umpires in the stands don't agree. Lake jumps on this one, 2-2. Ducks in a row for Ghost. The lefty from Bellflower presents, fires, fouled back. Junior Lake staying alive.
Yeah, real good pitch from Ghost. 96. Lake was able to fight that one off. You trust your catcher here. You can bounce a breaking ball.
And he goes with the heater up in the zone, and Lake just missed it. Bellflower versus San Pedro de Macorís. The pitch. 3-2. So Lake's hunting his pitch.
Yeah, he's probably going to get another fastball here. Good idea with that slider. It was just a little bit too low, so Lake was able to pick up that pitch early.
The 3-2, 2 down, runners on first and second. They're going to move. Lake's going to move with the bat. Nice play by Amador. Lake safe at first. The hustle paying off. Now the run coming home. Got him. So the aggressiveness for Dominicana on the base pass does not pay off this time, but that was all Mexican. Fine leather at third base by Amador to keep this 3-2. Let's see it again, Jeff Nelson.
Well, Amador, excellent job keeping this ball in the infield. He gets up. Lake runs well. Nice dive. And how about the heads up play by Mendoza? Good catch. I don't know if he even tagged him. Did he tag him? He might have got him on the back foot.
Let's see.
Now you catch the ball, you're able to block that plate.
Oh, Gonzalez still down.
They're going to review something. Maybe the plate. Maybe didn't give him a lane to slide.
First, Amador going full Ken Caminiti right here.
Outstanding play, and I tell you what, Lake can motor down that line. Mendoza looked at the first base umpire just for a second. I'm a little surprised that Solis didn't go back and tag Gonzalez. I think he ate a little bit of the dirt and jammed his head in the dirt on that head first slide.
Yeah, you saw. He's just kind of, his neck so kind of coiled there, and while the umpires are taking a look, having a conversation with Michael Salazar in the review booth.
The only way I can see, the only thing I'm seeing here with this review is, did they give him a lane to slide? Did Solis go out and block the plate before he had the ball? Because I don't even think Solis tagged him. I'm a little surprised he didn't go back and put the tag on, but I don't think Gonzalez got any part of the plate.
And I don't think they have the drone shot, right, that normally now we enjoy thanks to technology, which is the one that gives you that look from the sky to tell us if it gave him that lane to get to home. Let's take a look here. So it looks like he catches his right foot right here, there.
Yeah, the only thing I can see is, did he give him a lane? Does he get it? And now the ball takes him into that running lane. I mean, that's the only thing I can see them review.
And the verdict, the survey says out. So again, Amador saving the afternoon for Tomateros at third base. Coming up big time. And a good reaction by Mendoza to Solis to end the rally for Dominicana. We'll be back. Descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. And we'll take a look at Nuestra Señora de Zapopan in Jalisco. New pitcher, Frias, and cold and calculated. Also, Yadier Drake to get on board here in the top of the sixth.
We've seen Frias in 3 other appearances. This will be his 4th in this Caribbean series. And he gets greeted by a first pitch slider. Looked like a little cutter maybe on the outside half. First pitch swinging, Drake. Shortstop Gonzalez couldn't handle it.
And Frias taking a look at first base just in case Yadier Drake looking to get a little bit of a jump on him. You see the numbers for Frias. And here's just a cold-hearted Frias fastball and missed by Meneses.
As the Fernando Rodney look with the hat tilted.
The pitch bites the corner, strike 2. So Jonathan Guzman in for Gonzalez at shortstop for República Dominicana. And we saw why Gonzalez had to abandon the game after that play at home plate. The 0-2 pitch to Meneses. That's this one, fly 1 and 2. Frias signed in 2015 with the Diamondbacks. He prepares here, the 0-2 pitch. As it go back outside, nothing happening, 1 and 2. Check that, 2 and 2. Misses high in the zone. 3-2, Jeff. Now what do you throw?
Well, he's a little bit off with his fastball. He did get that slider called for a strike down. Nobody out. You want to try to make Meneses put it in play. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes back to that slider.
Meneses to short. Out at second. Safe at first. One down, so they take Drake out. Still a runner in circulation for Tomateros, but Frias at least gets one of those outs.
He went with a fastball. Good sinking fastball. Wanted it away. It looked like more down the middle. Nice play by Guzman just to get the lead runner. They tried. With Guzman going to his right in that double play.
3-2 ball game, top of the sixth. Tomateros leading the way, wanting more. Here's Mendoza. Mendoza clutched up already. A couple of base knocks, 2 at bats. Scored a run. Good swing again. Into right. Meneses advances. 2 runners on for Tomateros. Mendoza 3-for-3. 3 singles. Good afternoon for him. Now it's Verdugo.
The bats have carried over from last night. Fastball supposed to be away. Caught too much of the plate. There you see De La Cruz. He reaches back over, and Mendoza smokes it into right field. More runners in scoring position for Mexico Verde.
There will be a conversation on the mound for República Dominicana as Frias. There's a reunion there with his guys. As I mentioned, Frias signed with the D-backs. And that was in 2015, climbing up the organization. And eventually would become, in 2020, the 10th best prospect in the D-backs system. He was at number 17 in the winter of 2021. And then he stayed there, so he held in 2022. The Blue Jays would claim him in 2024 off of waivers from the Diamondbacks. He elected free agency, then he was claimed by the Guardians in 2025. Now he's here pitching for Leones del Escogido, the reigning champions, looking to go back-to-back, but to do that, they have to advance out of this semifinal into tomorrow. They are down 3-2, and Frias asked to lock this down. Offers to Verdugo, inside, misses.
I think this is Frias' last hitter. Mondanza, the pitching coach, who went out just to give the bullpen, the lefty, a little bit more time to warm up to get ready for Florial.
Luis Verdugo has hit well in the Serie del Caribe, hovering around 390. The pitch. Verdugo drives it to center for a base knock. This is going to drive in Meneses. 4-2 ball game. Tomateros de Culiacán. So a short, compact stroke. The matraca's going wide.
Yeah, off the end of the bat. Wasn't hit sharp. Good read by Meneses. He was at second base. He knew this was going to drop in. Watch where this pitch is and watch where it hit off the bat. Right off the end of the bat. Wasn't hit hard. He knew it was going to drop in for a base hit. Finally, Mexico Verde gets it done with runners in scoring position.
During the pitching change for Tomateros to sneak in to this tournament, given the situation with Venezuela, and they had to jump in and basically represent as a Mexico 2 squad after having lost the final for Liga del Pacífico against Charros de Jalisco, their new arch nemesis, because it's the Nuevo Clásico, the new classic rivalry in Mexican baseball. And if they can hold this and hold it down and eliminate República Dominicana, for them, the fiesta will definitely continue into tomorrow. Top of the 6th, 2 runners on. And the author of a bombazo home run, Esteban Florian, at the plate swinging and missing there, 0-1.
Yeah, how crazy is this place going to be if both Mexico Rojo and Verde get in to play each other in the championships?
Absolutely. And It would crush Charros de Jalisco if they ended up sitting it out tomorrow. Florial fouling it back 0-2. So that would also kind of up the pressure a little bit on Charros de Jalisco later on this evening against Cangrejeros de Santurce. Look at the power.
Yeah, left on left. How about that? He hung in there on that breaking ball. That's a big hit for Florial.
Woke up the bat last night. Already has that bomb and looking for more here with 2 runners on, and this is going to be fouled. Still 0-2. Montilla prepares. Fires. Florial, opposite field. Nice play by Guzman. At least he keeps the bases loaded and the double play in order with that fine play, avoiding extra activity there with that base knock for Florial, his second of the game.
Yeah, Florial, they might want to move him up in the lineup tomorrow if they advance. That 0-2 fastball, and he goes the other way. Nice job by Guzman, but he wasn't getting anyone. You're not going to get Florial at first. He runs pretty well for a big man.
And once again for Tomateros, the bases are loaded. 1 down. And one of the hottest hitters for Tomateros, their catcher, Ali Solis, already has a base hit in this game up at the plate and immediately can't resist a 98-mile-per-hour fastball up in the zone.
Really good at bat again by Florial, going up behind in the count 0-2, and because he was late on the fastball, looking breaking ball. He wanted to adjust to the breaking ball. Good adjustment when he got that heater down the middle, smoked it the other way. 2 big hits.
The pitch to the former Padre. Foul, 0-2. From Mexicali, Baja California, Ali Solis.
Well, again for the DR, corners will be in, plays at the plate, middle infield back, playing for the double play.
On deck, the batting champ for Diablos Rojos del Mexico, the Mexican Tony Gwynn, if you will. Sepúlveda. Ali Solis lifts it to right. Tag from third. The throw. Make it 5. Tomateros have 5 on it with Mendoza registering. And here with 2 outs, Tomateros still in business. To the applause of those Tomatero faithful that made it out here today, enjoying it in Zapopan, Jalisco.
Short memory in baseball, that's what you got to have, and that's what you got to have during the game as well. They weren't able to get it done in the second with bases loaded, nobody out. That's a big sac fly there just to keep that pressure on the DR and the tack on runs late in the ball game. Such a huge run there for Mexico Verde.
And a chance for more with Sepúlveda coming up to the plate. Runners on the corners, 2 down. And the man that hit 395 during the summer for Diablo Rojos at the plate. See it again from this angle.
Yeah, got a nice pitch down that he was able to go the other way. Nice job tagging on that big tack on run. Let's see if Florial, first and third situation, 2 out. Let's see if Florial over there first gets a good jump, tries to get into scoring position.
Swinging and missing, just flailing at it. Sepúlveda is confused there, 0-2, and we've seen him, normally take some great at bats. 0 for 3 so far in this game. He wants to come up big time here. He's even after the 0 for 3, still hitting 357 in the Serie del Caribe 2026. 5-2 ball game. The pitch by Montilla to Sepúlveda. That goes off of De La Cruz's hand. He'll be okay. I mean, after everything we've seen him go through already.
Foul tip right off the top of that mitt. Twisted his hand a little bit. no thank you.
It's like those that get that exposed finger.
Yeah.
The 0-2. And Sepulveda, great eye, not buying. 1-2. Alongside Jeff Nelson, I'm Adrian Garcia Marquez, Serie del Caribe 2026. Tomateros, Leones, México Verde, República Dominicana. 1-2 the pitch with 2 down. And the ball down in the zone. No. 2-2.
No, he didn't go.
Sepulveda, player that was signed by the Cubs back in 2014. Got the ducks in a row. Couple runners on. He's going to chop it into the infield. They're going to have to hurry up. Sepulveda can fly to first. Safe. And another one. Scores for Tomateros. And it's a 6-2 ball game. Dominicana might want to look at this one again, but Sepulveda was hustling down that first base line.
Yeah, it wasn't hit too hard. You watch the shortstop here, Guzman. He'll cut right in front of second. Usually the plays at second, you could have flipped it behind you, but I think his momentum was going towards first that he wasn't able to. I think he may have beat that out. The DR may want to look at this anyway. We're getting late in the ball game.
Peru, who clutched up with the RBI, he ends up scoring. And they are gonna take a look there, Jeff. It was a tight play.
Yeah, you might as well. You get 2, and I don't think they haven't used any yet. Just to make sure. That's a big run there. That 6th run for Mexico Verde.
Pretty quick. And instead of safe, after the review, that's what it's for. A correction by the umpires. That's an out at first, but saved them from giving up any runs here in the bottom of the 6th with the 5-2 lead.
Yeah, anytime, I mean, it's a hold, but anytime you're starting to see relievers late in the ball game, these are your high leverage guys. It's his 2nd appearance, a couple strikeouts in his 1st game. You don't get a save in the books, but it's a save for your team and the manager. You get through these innings.
Save me a headache.
Yes.
Cristian Adames had to plate the pitch. He misses, and it's 2-1. He started his career with El Águila de Veracruz back in 2014. He's been with Mazatlán, Tijuana, Monterrey, Mexicali, León, Yucatán. Well-traveled right-hander. The pitch. 3-1. Most recently in 2025-2026 was at Guasave. One of the reinforcements called upon by Lorenzo Bundy for the Serie del Caribe. The pitch. And now it's 3-2 to Adames.
3-run lead. What you don't want to do is walk the leadoff guy. You go right at him, make him put it in play, utilize that defense behind you.
The 3-2 pitch misses. And exactly what you said, Jeff. What you don't want to do is exactly what Elenes has done. Gives up the free passport.
And we've seen it a few times in this series that when catchers set up on the outside corner, you watch, he's setting up on the outside corner, just has to reach back just a little bit. You're never, not usually, not never, but not usually going to get that call. That might have caught the inside corner, but he didn't get it.
And now the danger is Franchi Cordero will come to the plate. And a conversation now on the mound, just so that Elenes understands who he's facing. Activity in the pen as well. Sanchez cutting it loose. Lorenzo Bundy knows that now it's go time. They need all of his guys in the pen to step up. Reyes started. Reyes did quite well. Gave up those first couple of runs. One of them assisted by an error for Dominicana. But he gave him exactly what he wanted as a starter. But that nightmare that happened against Puerto Rico, once they went to the pen started to kind of lose its mojo. And next thing you know, a nice comeback win for Cangrejeros de Santurce late in the game. So Franchi stepping in. Nobody out, runner on first. There was a point back in 2014 where Franchi was a top 12 prospect in the Padres system. The pitch. Here he jumps on the first one, and he fouls it off.
Yeah, first pitch change up, circle change.
Franchi has 3 home runs in this Serie del Caribe. The pitch down and back. You can feel it, right? The tension in the air. It's kind of like even though with Mexico having that 3-run lead, they know how dangerous Dominicana can be. Looking for 2. The 0-2 pitch. And Cordero fights him off.
Got to see that replay. That foul ball down the first base line. That's a given. They love that shot.
Yeah, they do. For Dominicans, they want to see a replay of another home run for Franchi Cordero. The pitch elevates 1-2.
Now, nice idea. You want to stand him up. You missed inside. That's where you want to miss. Let's see if he tries to throw that changeup down and away. You're making that hitter aware of anything inside. Now he just changed the eye level. It looks like they may go back up top.
So Elenes is in a little tension there at first base. Check the replay. Not much of a lead.
No, he almost hit his chest on the bag, so he could get a couple more steps.
The 1-2 pitch to the former Padre, Yankee, Red Sox. Royal as well. The pitch swings, misses. Siéntate! Kate him. Big out there for Elenes.
Well, changing the eye level. You go upstairs and you stand Cordero up with that fastball in, then slider down in the dirt. Good pitch. There you see, great angle there. You can see that pitch start around knee high and then disappear down in the dirt.
Looking to turn 2 now. Tomateros. The pitch from Elenes. Just a bit outside as Rodriguez steps in there. Aderlin Rodriguez has been awfully quiet for Leones del Escogido in the Serie del Caribe. He'd like to make some noise now. 0 for 2 this afternoon as well. The pitch, the chopper. Amador gonna have some trouble. Bare hands, throws over to first. And Mendoza keeping it from being a situation where both runners advance, so he has to stretch it out a little bit, and he does just that. So runners still first and second. In other words, the double play still in order.
Yeah, good effort there. You see that baseball hit about a foot in front of the plate. Nice effort there by Amador. Good bare hand right there. He tried to rush the throw, And nice play by Mendoza, getting off the bag and keeping the runners at bay. It'd have been second and third. The tying runs come to the plate anyway, but with only one out, you still keep the double play in order.
Marco Hernandez. Now he's been red hot, 462. His batting average as he steps into the plate, he's already got a knock and 2 at-bats here. He waits patiently off the zone, just a bit outside there for Elenes. He was scorching in 2025, hit 429 with Olmecas. Looking to replicate some of that success at the plate here in this situation. Takes, and it's 1-1. During the winter, he was at Gigantes in the Dominican Winter League. A couple runners on as Mexico look to turn 2 and get out of this with Elenes on the hill. He offers. You got to love that because of, you know, just the crowd being what it is right now. You can hear that tírale, like in other words, they're trying to get him to swing. Some guy there with his michelada trying to induce a double play for Mexico and Tomateros. A 2-1 pitch from Elenes to Hernandez. Hernandez with the chopper. Elenes has an option only at first base, 2 down. Runners advance to second and third.
Only play for Elenes is first base. A nice job. He didn't want to try to go to second. Just a little shovel pass to first. Get that second out.
And we're expecting to see more than shovel passes there from your Seahawks on Sunday, right?
Ooh, yes. And there you go. This is, I mean, you could have easily tried to rush the throw and throw to second. But instead, you know what? I'm going to get that easy out, get that second out, try to get out of this inning. Yeah, absolutely. The Seahawks.
I'm with you on that one. Elenes offers to De La Cruz, takes strike 1. Driven by De La Cruz. Foul ball. Scary moment for Tomateros there. With 2 down and runners on second and third. They were looking to come on home. Now it's 0-2.
Shocker.
You mean the replay? Big pitch coming from Elenes to De La Cruz. 2 aboard, 2 down. Good job by Solis.
Yeah, nice idea. Breaking ball down. He got away with that fastball up. And De La Cruz smoked foul.
De La Cruz, 11 minor league seasons, 4 different clubs: Blue Jays, D-backs, Tigers, Padres. Never played in the majors, got as high as AAA. The 1-2 pitch. Takes, good eye, 2-2. From Tamboril, República Dominicana. So Ramon Santiago is looking at all of his chess pieces from this point forward. Down 3 runs. 2-2 count, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. De La Cruz, the pitch. Misses way outside, 3-2.
Well, this is the guy you want if you're Elenis. You do not want to load the bases and have to face Nunez. You want to get the 9-hole hitter right here.
What do you throw him, Jeff?
I think he's going slider. He's going something in. That was the only pitch that he threw away. I think he's going to try to throw slider down.
Misses and loads him up for Nunez. And that means another tow truck for Lorenzo Bundy coming out to get Elenis. So he's going to make the change with the bases loaded, and it's Sasagi Sanchez, the right-hander, ready to enter the center here at Estadio Panamericano in Zapopan, Jalisco. Serie del Caribe semifinal.